So this is the video that's going to show you how to do the scale drawing project. You're going to need obviously the grid paper, the rubric, and you'll need either a yardstick or measuring tape. Most homes have these kinds of things. This is what we use, and you'll see in the rest of the videos. So the number one thing to look at is that you need to make sure you draw it to scale. 3 points for drawing it to scale. You're going to include 3 large objects and all the doors and windows, and of course it's going to be neat, and you're going to have your name and your block on it. Okay, this is Kevin's room. When you go in, there's a wall right away. Other than that, the room is basically square, although we'll measure it and see. And his bed is in the corner. And we're going to do, for our 3 objects, we're going to do the bed. There's a window and a door for the closet. We're going to do the dresser. And we're going to do his desk. And now you can kind of see how the wall kind of comes out for Jeremy's closet. Okay, so we're starting measuring the whole room. So this is Jeremy. Go ahead, Jeremy.
So we have the one end against the wall under the bed. And now what we're going to do is we're going to drag this out until it hits the wall. Curve it up so that you get an accurate reading. And that is 123 inches.
So I made a quick sketch showing 123 inches across the room. And we've got to measure, go ahead Jeremy, measure that last little bit.
Now if you notice, we have this room, but we have this extra bit of wall, and we need this measurement. So we're just going to go right across 28.5 inches. Now you'll see I'm doing all these measurements on the floor, except for the short one over there, because while in the air may seem easier, it gets really flimsy and the measurements aren't correct. So you want to make it as close to the floor as possible. Now if you'll see, the end table is blocking it, so I can't go directly on the floor. So I will have to raise it up a little bit. But that's okay, because it's only about an inch or 2. Now I've already got it on that side. I just put it there and started dragging it like we did last time. And now I'm going to keep dragging it, lift it up a bit, and get at least an estimate of 134 inches.
So I've gone back and I've added to my sketch here the other measurements that he took, the 28.5 inches and the 134. Now we're going to measure the bed.
Now for the bed or your 3 objects, we want the floor space that it takes up, not the actual size. So we're not going to measure the mattress or the frame, we're going to measure how much space it takes up. So we're going to go from the wall to the edge of the bed, and that makes it 43 inches. Now again, we want it as close to the floor as possible. We have no obstructions, so we can get it directly on the floor, and we want this floor space, so that's basically just the frame. So we're going to go from wall to the edge of the frame, and that's around 80 inches, maybe 80 and a half. We're going to measure either a door or a window. And we don't want the frame, we want the actual door or the actual window. So we're not going to include this frame. So we're just going to go from frame to frame with the length of it of 23 inches. And we also don't want the height of the doors or windows, because this is just a floor plan and the height doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's a bird's eye view. Right, we don't need the height of anything.
So we're going to go from the window to the other side, which is 31 inches. Now we're measuring the dresser, and we just need the floor space, so that means the length and the width, and not the height. So with the width, that is 32 inches, and the length, whatever the heck it's called, it's just easier if I do it this way. Use this as kind of a grabber, it really helps, and that's 18 inches. Now we also need the distance of the dresser from the wall, and there is no space for us to do it as close to the floor as possible, so we're just going to do it as from the top, since I'm tall and I can. And that is about 30 inches. Now the last thing we're going to do is the desk. We need the length and the width and the space from the wall. So the width is going to be 41 inches. Length is going to be 18. And the distance from the wall is going to be 17.5 inches. And that's all we need to measure. And I bet you're wondering why I'm doing this in Kevin's room and not my room. Well, the simple answer is my room is a mess and it is unfit for people to see.
That is true. Thank you, Jeremy. You did a great job.
So this is the sketch that I had when Jeremy was measuring. We're going to convert it to a scale drawing so that it's perfectly matched to 1 centimeter equals 1 foot. Of course, you're going to fill out your name, the date, the block. It'd be a good idea to maybe make a title. So I'm going to call this Kevin's room. Now, when I did these measurements, even though it said on there how many feet and inches, that would be better. What you have to do is take 123 divided by 12. 123 divided by 12 is 10 feet. So I'm going to start in the corner here, and I'm going to go 10 feet this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10 to here. So that's the distance from here to here. All right, and then I want to go this direction. 134 divided by 12 was 11. So I'm going to go down 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11 to here. So there's the dimensions of my room, except if you recall, Kevin's room had that little kick-out part, and so when I measured that, we're going to just go another 2 feet this way and another 3 feet this way, and this is the dimensions of Kevin's room. And then we're going to put in the bed. Now the bed was 80 inches. If I divide that by 12, it's a little more than 6. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6, and a little bit more, 6.5. And then the 43 inches divided by 12 is 3.5. So that's 1, 2, 3.5. And there's his bed. Now as long as I'm talking about the bed, obviously Mrs. Siskey and Mrs. Trace and Mrs. Moon can't go to your house and check to make sure that your dresser is this size or your desk is this size. But if you draw your bed teeny tiny, if this is supposed to fit a human being, we know that you've done it incorrectly. All right, you have to include all the doors, and so there was a door here and a door here. We measured the one window, and it was right here. And we measured that. There's the window. So usually on architectural drawings, you can do a door so you can see it swings open and close, and a window is just marked like this. If you want to, you can add a little arrow that says this is the window. Finally, we're going to just put in the desk and the dresser, and to save time and the magic of TV, here we have the dresser, the desk, the window, the doors, the bed. 3 big items, all the doors and windows, done.